karma gets paid on the level of consciousness. The outside makes you pay on a surface level. It's a bank loan, or it's a disease, or it's a pain, or it's a problem, and all of that. It's the outside value. It's how you live it, how you live through it, that makes, of course, all the difference. How your consciousness experiences and lives through that situation is what makes a difference. So if you were to improve your consciousness, to increase your awareness, and there is a way to do it, this is why transcendental meditation is so important and so powerful, is that it helps us to go back to the self. We were on the surface level, like a little thing being tossed around by situations and circumstances, and with transcendental meditation we dive deep into ourselves and experience our deep being and reach that level of consciousness which is unbounded, pure being, pure consciousness. On that level, the experience, whatever it is, simple things, that can happen, they are very, very easy to live through, and they are very easy to get over. And we are actually having greater intelligence, greater capacity to deal with them, greater capacity to handle them, and therefore, even on that level of creating a karma that is against or that is opposed to a negative karma is much easier for us to handle. So if the boy, for example, who was beating the cow was taking care of good cows, or was beating the cow because it was not acting properly, or whatever that is, then he can revert his karma. Doesn't have to be so huge in terms of coming back a whole entire life to become a cow, so just because he was beating the cow. That's why actually this is a joke. And therefore, we have to take it in proper proportion. What do we do in general? Rest well, don't make decisions when you are tired, when you are stressed, eat properly, live a life of balance, transcend, remove the stresses from the nervous system. And here also it's very important, because when you are deeper in your awareness, your thoughts become very powerful. And therefore even a thought can balance a karma. Even a thought can adjust a karma if it is on a deep level. Now, when we do practice transcendental meditation together and VEST programs and all of this, what we're doing is actually improving society. We're improving collective consciousness. And that is a huge good karma. And that huge good karma is going to balance a lot of negative karma. So, whereas the action and reaction are always there, we can buy our karma, we can change it, we can adjust it, not because we remove it from existence. It will not be removed until we create an effect that is balancing it. But this effect doesn't have to be on the surface level. It can be also on the level of consciousness, if consciousness is very deep and able to project something from this deep level. So we meditate, we rest, we enjoy higher states of consciousness, and we burn our karma and live a life in great happiness. I think I have a question here. I felt it coming on the side. So this is from Nicholas Jones. Is every curse a blessing in disguise? It's a very, very deep question. Every curse means every situation that we are facing. We face a problem. Is it possible that we can make the best out of it? Yes, absolutely. It might be our karma. It's a situation that nature is putting us through for whatever reason in order to work something out. And if we know how to handle it, and if we have our consciousness clear and profound and alert, then we can really make the best out of it and make it a step for evolution. So every situation can be used for a better life and to learn from it and overcome the difficulties. Elaine Greenwood is asking if karma is carried over from other lives. which is the situation of reincarnation and the story of the boy and the cow. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because we are responsible for what we do. And until we clear up all our karmas, we still have to work through it. That's the law of nature. So we do come back. If we're all here, it means we all have had some kind of karma to work through. And we work it through, and that's how it works. So Anna Maria, this is who decides when the wheel of karma stops. So the wheel of karma stops when one has transcended and gotten on the level of freedom from karma, freedom from action. And that is when one has realized one's own true self as being the infinite, absolute, pure consciousness, pure being. And that is our reality. In fact, when we live in this changing field of karma and all that, we're living in the non-true reality of who we are. Through transcendental meditation, we dive into ourselves, experience our inner being, and know it to be absolute, pure consciousness, pure being, and establish that, and we have a term for it, we say cosmic consciousness. And when we are established in that situation, we are liberated, we are free from the effects of karma, and because we have transcended, it might be still that some karma comes to our body or something happens, but on the level of our consciousness, we are free from that. It is really like karma can be different for different flexibilities of the nervous system. You know, it's like making a line in the stone. If you make a strong line in the stone, it will take time to remove and will stay there. If your nervous system is very flexible and you're advanced and on the level of your being and your thought, you can negate the karma, then it will become like a line in the sand. You make a line in the sand, it stays there, but it can go after a while, and much faster than in the stone. If you are very advanced, it becomes like a line in the water, which means as soon as you make it, you almost see it, and then it goes away. And then when one is enlightened, one is always acting, and the line will be like a line in the air, which means you don't even see it, it goes away. Now, this doesn't mean that if you're enlightened, you can do anything you want, because actually when you're enlightened, you are acting in tune with natural law, and therefore naturally your actions are progressive in terms of evolution, of growth, and therefore this is how the wheel of karma stops. It stops when we have reached a state where we are beyond karma and we have taken care of our karma from within and as much as possible on the outside.